written by Jules. Go, go, go. I'm so in love with you. I wanna hold you and kiss you. Hurry up and get out of there quickly, blue.
This is your big
Tell me that's not one of the sweetest and cutest things you've ever seen. Yes, there was a time when Beyoncé and Solange raised their kids as a unit and they all had the sweetest bonds with each other's.
This is my nephew, Jules. This is Daniel. Say hi. He's being shy.
So what really happened between the sisters? Because, truth be told, most people have been saying that they are not as close as they used to be, and it's been pretty evident over the years. Well, there's a lot that has been speculated, from Mama Tina having something to do with the divide to Diddy being the reason for the divide because of his involvement with Jay-Z, to Solange feeling like she's just tired of being used to Beyoncé allegedly hiding her twins from everyone, including Solange baby. It's been messy, and I sure hope you are all seated. Okay, one thing we can all agree on is that the bond between Beyoncé and Solange has been well documented. Like, there was a time in 2012 when Solange gushed to Roller Coaster magazine about Beyoncé calling her sister her role model and crediting Beyoncé for helping her with her own music career. In her words, she was and is such a role model. But I think more so, it was an insane learning process for me to have a big sister like that, to be able to see the good, the bad, and everything in between that comes with fame and success, and to know what I was getting myself into. Other than this, we know that BA was super protective of Solange when they were growing up.
It's 5 years, but I'm very protective, and I always treated her like my baby. And one day she told us this little bully, this little guy in school, she was only about 9, was really her. So me and my girls all showed up, and we surrounded him, and we're like, "You've been messing with my sister? I'm telling you, you've been warned, and tell him Destiny's Child is warning you." So we were.
And yes, Solange also literally fought for Beyoncé. And yes, I'm talking about the incident in May 2014 when footage surfaced of Jay-Z and Solange arguing in the elevator at the Standard Hotel in New York City during a Met Gala after-party, as Beyoncé watched in surveillance video from the incident. Solange was seen hitting and kicking her brother-in-law as Beyoncé just stood there and watched. In another instance, Bey even talked about a time when Solange called the police on their father because Solange thought he wanted to hurt Beyoncé's boyfriend, and she is the one who had gotten the boy in trouble in the first place.
We were known for the music. My sister actually had our family pretty famous for something else. She decided to try to get my boyfriend in trouble because she hated him. She was so jealous because we were best friends until him. And we were.
How old were you guys at this time?
I was 13.
13. The boyfriend is probably 13,
About
14?
13, yeah,
And
14.
your sister?
She was 8.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she's working on big sister here.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm still very surprised she did all this. We were upstairs and we were watching TV. Solange was supposed to leave us alone. My mother kept checking on us every hour. My sister walks by the television. She's looking at him like this. And she just keeps walking. And I'm like, after the third time, "What are you doing?" I'm trying to find my coloring book. So I'm like, okay. So we go try to find a coloring book. My boyfriend and I in my room looking for a coloring book. He's not supposed to be in there. She walks in. Ah! We're like, "What's wrong with you?" "He's not supposed to be in here. I'm gonna get you in trouble." So she goes downstairs. Next thing you know, my dad is running up the stairs. "I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you." So my boyfriend is like, "What, Mr. Knowles? What?" So he is literally trying to kill my mother, me, the girls were all trying to fight him. I mean, hold him back. Next thing you know, ding dong, it's the cops.
Oh,
my sister
goodness.
called the police on my father because she said he was gonna
Child. There's also another story I saw claiming that one time Beyoncé was at a party, but she arrived there alone. Then allegedly, a few moments later, Jay-Z walked into the party with Rihanna by his side, and they were looking all lovey-dovey now. Based on what I heard after Beyoncé saw Jay-Z and Rihanna, she started sobbing uncontrollably, and she was even hyperventilating. But guess what? Allegedly, Jay-Z didn't pay her any attention. It's like he did not even care that his girl was sobbing uncontrollably because he had walked in holding another woman. In fact, based on reports, Jay-Z and Rihanna continued having a good time at the party, and Solange was the one who had to comfort Beyoncé. I mean, there was even a conspiracy theory that the two were so close because Beyoncé is actually Solange's mother and not her big sister. The theory documented by BuzzFeed in 2013 suggested that BA is actually older than she claims to be, as proven by a birth certificate dating back to 1974, allegedly produced by a nameless Texas civil servant. And another detail that was brought up by conspiracy theorists as proof was a statement Beyoncé's friend Gabrielle Union made in 2008 saying, "Bi and I have been friends since we were teenagers. Gabby was born in 1972, so you do the math." Well, I personally find that hard to believe considering Beyoncé's childhood has been well documented from when she was a child, so unless there was some magic going on, it's highly unlikely that she's Solange's mother anyway. In recent years, there have been talks about a fallout, and it became pretty clear that something was up in 2023 when Beyoncé literally thanked everyone for her Grammy win, except Solange.
Thank God for protecting me. Thank you, God. I'd like to thank my Uncle Johnny, who's not here, but he's here in spirit. I'd like to thank my parents, my father, my mother, for loving me and pushing me. I'd like to thank my beautiful husband, my beautiful 3 children who are at home watching. I'd like to thank the queer community for your love and for inventing this genre. God bless.
Solange, on the other hand, did not congratulate her sister. No mention, no. Post, no. Shout out, no tweet, no. Nothing. You see, when it comes to the Grammys back in 2017, Solange was very vocal when Beyoncé lost out on Album of the Year for Lemonade, and even tweeted about it, writing, "There have only been 2 black winners in the last 20 years for Album of the Year. There have been over 200 black artists who have performed." She also added, "Create your own committees, build your own institutions, give your friends awards, award yourself, and be the gold you want to hold my G's." So of course, when she didn't say anything when Bey won, it was pretty weird anyway, who soon after this an insider spilled that there was something going on between the sisters, saying, "We all thought it was odd that Solange wasn't part of Beyoncé's new album. It's the kind of sound that's right up Solange's alley." They also noted that not only has Solange not been a part of BA's project at the time, but she hadn't sent out a single tweet or Instagram post supporting Renaissance. The source also added, "I think it's weird for her not to be out supporting Beyoncé." Bey took a chance on her latest album, Renaissance, and she actually needed everyone to support it to propel it to being the hit note that the insiders said that they didn't have any first-hand evidence of a rift between the two. But they said, "I've heard things about their relationship. I think something is definitely going on between them." Well, based on what was reported, the tension got so high that it even became physical, and there was even a blind item on this that said, "This solo artist has had severe mental health lapses in the past and had not been in contact with the cozy artist for months in an attempt to reconcile the siblings reconnected." However, the solo star became agitated with their sibling because they were unhappy about feelings of favoritism and an unresolved business dispute. The tension between the two came to a head, and in an argument, the solo star got physical with the cozy artist in a blind rage. The historical superstar sustained injuries that required medical attention and over 2 weeks of bed rest because of a more serious injury to their leg. And you know what? Even when Bey won a Grammy for Album of the Year this year, the vibe was still the same. Yes, we have seen the sisters around each other a few times, but the general consensus has been that there's just something off about them in recent years, and they just don't seem to be as involved with each other's kids as they used to be. Well, I personally have no idea what could have happened, but the streets have been talking, and as usual, people have come up with possible reasons. For starters, there have been reports claiming that Solange is still mad at Jay-Z for cheating on Beyoncé, and also because Jay could still be cheating on Beyoncé. Some sources have even claimed that nowadays Solange and Beyoncé are not that close, because Beyoncé insists on staying with a man who keeps disrespecting her, even though Solange keeps telling her sister that she should leave the man. Allegedly, Solange also knew about Jay-Z's connection to Diddy, and she tried really hard to get Bey out of the marriage with Jay-Z because he was a link to Diddy. Reportedly, she knew that Beyoncé would one day be roped into something nasty, which is what is happening now, and their relationship became even more strained when Bey didn't listen. To her, in addition, allegedly, Tina might have contributed to why Beyoncé and Solange have had issues, because she apparently doesn't even try to hide that she loves Beyoncé, more than Solange, of course. Over the years, there have been speculations that Tina treats Beyoncé better than Solange, even though Solange contributed to Bey's success by writing most of her music. Well, the streets eventually started saying that Solange got tired of being used and barely getting any recognition, and slowly drifted from the family. But I have heard some even crazier reasons why Bey and Solange are not so tight anymore, and it's because, and I quote, Beyoncé is allegedly keeping her special kids away from everyone, including her own blood sister. I know it's wild, but all I know is if Solange really isn't seeing the kids anymore, then maybe something happened, because Solange is not just the cool auntie, she's the ride-or-die elevated championing protective sis. You mean to tell me she's iced out too well? I won't even get into those conspiracy theories about Sir and Rumi, but I would really love to know your thoughts on Beyoncé and Solange's alleged fallout. Why do you think they don't raise each other's kids together? Is it because of any of the reasons I have mentioned, or could there be something else going on? Let me know what you think in the comments section below.